Welcome to this week's bonus video. This is the final bonus video for the Obsidian Flame set. This is going to be the two decks that got the least attention while we were testing. Houndstone because it's discarded war with extra steps, and Vespiquen because, let's face it, the deck sucks. But we're going to try them out one more time, see if maybe they can try to prove themselves to us. With that said, we are going to start out first with Vespiquen. Vespiquen, we've got it to the point where at least it usually functions.
I'm going to say you're all heretics. You guys have no respect for your queen. And you all know how that turned out in Game of Thrones. Okay,
Yeah,
so...
she was batshit crazy.
I mean,
And people just didn't see it because she was on their side for so long.
Again, you guys are going to get roasted by Drogon. Okay, actually, can we add a Charizard to the...
no.
All right. So we're going to do a quick deck profile. This has been on stream quite a couple of times. We're just going to go right through it. We're going to play 4 Combi because Combi evolves into Vespiquen. We are going to play, and specifically we're playing the Paldea Evolve for 50 HP. 1 retreat cost. I think they all have 1 retreat cost. Nothing with 3 retreat. So 50 HP I believe is the best one, right?
Something like that.
Okay. So we're going to play 3 Vespiquen X. Main attack is going to be Phantom Queen for 200. Put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's bench Pokemon with any damage counters already on it. And we can also do Recovery Pheromones, heal 60 damage off one of your Pokemon, not necessarily itself. We're also going to play 2 copies of the baby Vespiquen for Order a Raid. For a single Grass Energy, you do 120 damage. However, you do need to have a Combi on the bench to be able to shuffle it back into it. Otherwise, this attack does squat.
It's worth noting, though, that the attack does come up. It's actually kind of useful.
I mean, it's a very good finisher, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially when you already hit a Vespiquen for 200. Order a Raid seems to be sweeping that up and does not leave you vulnerable to a return KO.
It's also good for dealing with weaker single prizers, so
Yep.
it's nice.
All right, we're going to play 3 copies of the Cherubi that does not allow itself to be attacked on the bench, and 2 copies of the Cherrim with Spring Bloom. As often as you like, you during your turn, you may attach a Grass Energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. So clearly, Vespiquen X is not eligible for that. However, Combi is. So we're going to drop all the energy onto Combi before it evolves, then evolve it so it's nice and set up.
We're just going to clarify something real quick. Cherubi can be hit by Greninja, but cannot be hit by Sableye.
That is correct. So we are going to play 2 copies of Hawlucha because when Vespiquen X is already doing its damage, if there's no counters on the other side of the field, we're just wasting free real estate right there. So yeah, putting 3 damage counters on something that already has counters requires something to be hit already on the bench. We're going to play a single line of Bidoof Bibarel. Let me move this shadow-inducing drink out of the way. Because Draw Engine is good.
Otherwise known as a big doof or a bigger doof.
Okay,
Biggest
sure.
doof.
Biggest doof. Okay, so we're going to play a single copy of Radiant Alakazam because those damage counters aren't going to move themselves. To be clear, on your opponent's side of the field. We are going to be playing 4 copies of Iono. If I have to explain, you really haven't been here so very long. 4 copies of Professor's Research because it is just a great draw. It's the most draw power you can right now. So, yeah, I mean, we're pretty straightforward. 2 copies of Boss's Orders because Gust is a thing. 2 copies of Raihan because being able to accelerate an energy after you get one of your Pokemon KO'd and be able to grab any card in your deck is very good. And 1 copy of Penny so that I can turn 1 Scoop on a Combi when I have a terrible hand.
Not what that's for.
Okay, in all reality, Hawlucha can come up. Radiant Alakazam can come up. So those are 2 very good candidates to be able to pick up and reuse. We're going to go play 4 copies of Level Ball and 4 copies of Ultra Ball and 3 copies of Nest Ball. Ball Search is great. I don't think I have to say anything about that. 2 copies of Super Rod because odds are that on our opening terms, especially if we're playing high counts of research, we'll probably end up discarding something that we need into the discard pile. So getting those back is always great. 2 copies of Experience Share because we're probably going to be chaining attackers turn after turn.
And Vespiquen's attack is a 3 energy cost, and that is just brutal to try to deal with.
It is. Honestly, this deck would be so much better if it was 2. But
If
no,
it were
it's
2, it
3.
would probably be a good deck.
So we're going to play 2 copies of Artizone because most of the things that we need to set up are non-rule box basic Pokemon. And a single copy of Gape Jaw Bog, once again, to spread some damage on your opponent's side of the field so that we can, get those extra 3 damage with Phantom Queen. We're going to be playing, I believe it was 10 last time. Yep, it is 10 grass energy because Pokemon decks require energy, and grass is the name of the game today.
Most decks. All right. With that said, we are going to go ahead and get a look at Houndstone. So we're going to start out with 4 copies of Greavard. Greavard, of course, is our basic that we need to evolve up into Houndstone X, our deck's main attacker. Houndstone has the attack Last Respects. Last Respects does some serious damage, starting out with 160, and then does 10 more damage for each psychic Pokemon in your discard pile. Now, because Houndstone is not just Houndstone X, we also have the baby Houndstone from Scarlet and Violet. That turns out also has Last Respects.
I honestly thought you cut it. I'm like, wait, where's the baby?
It's a good card. So you're also having that effect, and it does 80 damage plus 10 damage for each psychic Pokemon in the discard pile. So 80 less damage, but it is a single pricer, so there is that trade-off. Next up, we have 4 copies of Ralts, a 3-1 split, exactly the same split you'd expect to see in any Gardevoir list, because let's face it, as I said earlier, this is Gardevoir with extra steps. So in that vein, we're also going to see 4 copies of Kirlia from Silver Tempest with Refinement. Refinement, discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. It is an extremely good effect. It sees tons of play. You know it, you love it, or not. But either way, it is in the standard format. And finally, we're going to look at Gardevoir herself. Gardevoir X has the Psychic Embrace ability that lets you just flood your Pokemon in play, your Psychic Pokemon in play rather, with Psychic Energy from the discard pile for the exchange of putting a couple damage counters on for each.
Now, if you want a real queen, this is a queen.
She's their knight herself. And then also Gallade. Gallade comes in with Buddy Catch. Buddy Catch is pretty decent as an effect. You get to search your deck for a support card, put it in your hand. So you get that in exchange for not running aluminium. But the second attack, look, it's was it something Cyclone?
Mm-hmm.
Power Cyclone?
Yeah,
Swirling
Slice.
Swirling Slice. Same effect as the Cyclone attack. You move energy from this
Pokemon to 1.
Yeah. So you're preserving some energy, making it so you don't have to attach quite as much via Psychic Embrace. All right. Next up, we have 2 copies of Klefki. Klefki says, screw you and your basic Pokemon. And that's why we've got those. In addition to Klefki, we're running a single copy of Manaphy to protect against bench damage. Unfortunately, the way the Vespiquen deck does bench damage, that's not going to be shielded because Vespiquen does not do bench damage so much as place damage counters on bench Pokemon. So Manaphy's Wave Veil will not take effect for that. Next up is a copy of Mimikyu. Mimikyu has the ability Safeguard, preventing the attack. The damage for is it damage from and effects of attacks?
Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks.
Just damage.
Yeah.
So damage by the effect, or damage by Pokemon X and Pokemon V. So that's a bit brutal if your deck is focused entirely around that. Thankfully, Vespiquen says, "Ha, I got an option," and doesn't really care.
I mean,
yeah. And then, of course, rounding out our Pokemon is Spiritomb with Fettered in Misfortune, shutting off the abilities of basic Pokemon V. Once again, though, Vespiquen just doesn't care.
I feel like there's a great deck in here if it weren't for the Houndstones. I mean, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, funny how that works, right? It's almost like this is why the deck's been kind of shafted. All right, starting with supporter cards, we're starting with 4 copies of Professor's Research, an extremely exceptional card in the format, right up there with Iono, so playing it for that very reason. Also running 2 copies of Boss's Orders. You need to gust. That's your gusting card. Go for it. Next up, 2 copies of Iono. We talked about Iono earlier. Iono is an exceptional card. Like Professor's Research, it is extremely, extremely good. Easily one of the best cards in the standard format and one of the best supporter cards ever printed. This is a very good consistency card early game and a very good disruption card late game. There's a reason most decks play it. It's good. Following Iono, we have 4 copies of Level Ball to search for Pokemon that search for most of our Pokemon, thankfully. And because we want those Pokemon in the discard pile very quickly, it also helps get those discarded if we are set up already. Following Level Balls, we have 4 copies of Trekking Shoes. Trekking Shoes not only allows us to get a little bit further into the deck, it also allows us the option of discarding a card. Like, let's say we hit the Mimikyu or the Spiritomb and decide it's not helpful for this matchup. We can discard it and go another card deeper, which is pretty nice. Following that, we have 4 copies of Ultra Ball. Not only does Ultra Ball allow us to get Gardevoir up and powered up and in play, Ultra Ball also means that we are discarding cards, which in this deck is most likely going to be Pokemon or Psychic Energy. So either way, it is beneficial for us. Following that, we have 3 copies of Fog Crystal to search out our basic Psychic Pokemon. And as you might notice, I have quite a few of them. Fog Crystal can also be used instead to search for a basic Psychic Energy card, allowing us yet more consistency for our deck. And following that, we have 2 copies of Super Rod. Sometimes we have to go a little ham with those cards, and Super Rod allows us to work around those going hams. If we have to discard one of them with a refinement, or if we have to discard a Pokemon we really need, or maybe we need an energy in the deck for whatever reason, Super Rod allows us to do that. Following that, we have 3 copies of Pokestop. Pokestop, of course, going to discard the Pokemon off the board deck because we're running so many, but it also finds our item cards like Super Rod, Ball Crystal, and Ultra Ball, and Wrecking Shoes, and Mellow Ball. Pokestop, pretty good for this deck.
Also allows your opponent to discard all their valuable resources like I do when I use
so
it.
stop playing it. If your opponent plays it down, it's a trap. They're not even intending to use it, they just want you to use it, so you lose. And then finally, after all that, we are running 7 copies of Static Energy. 7 does feel okay. The deck does need a decent amount of energy to get going, but because you're cycling so much of it with Stacking Embrace, it generally feels fine. That said, we're going to get shuffled up, and we'll see you in just a second.
That's one for me.
And we're still on 2 mulligans, eh?
So that's a cancellation of a mulligan, or what?
Yeah, there was 1 cancellation, and there is a single mulligan on Houndstone side of the field now.
Just for the viewers, have we done the flip yet?
No.
We should do a flip.
That's a chest.
Tails never fails. I'll take first.
Okay.
That is my 3rd mulligan.
Oh my god.
Especially the number of cards you run in there for basics, like, come on.
And with my luck, you know what my basic's going to be, right? What? I haven't said anything.
I know.
What do you think my basic's going to be?
I don't
Halucha.
know. Yeah,
I'll bet you anything it's going to be Halucha.
I'll take my +2 now.
Good luck. What did I say? Draw.
And I had something prepared for that too.
I'll play level
I
ball.
mean, it doesn't impact it.
I mean, what?
Play effects, so.
I mean, well, yeah.
Play a combi. Yeah, it's still the best one, I think. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's a pass. I'm sure shuffling well.
And then go tap.
Sure. And Houndstone has Ionoed. So we're putting our hands at the bottom of the deck. Draw.
Just Houndstone things?
6. Yeah. And we're running Pokestop. And almost full value. We got a Gardevoir X in there, but we got a Trekking Shoes and a Ball Crystal. Pulling a lot of value out of that turn 1 for Houndstone. That was the second time trekking shoes pulls another trekking shoes in the same turn. So all 4 trekking shoes have gone down. Pokestop has gotten you 2 items.
Wait, the deck's doing what it's supposed to do?
It's actually setting up very, very well. We have a full bench if he manages to grab a level ball and grab a Pokemon with this. But yeah, other than that, everything looks amazingly well right now. Houndstone looks to be setting up correctly. And we got a graveyard.
Reverb.
Graveyard?
Reverb.
Graveyard. Careful with sleeves. I am dead serious. Over half his deck is gone. Turn 1.
I mean,
Okay, he's just used to playing the United Wings version for a turn.
I mean, well, yeah.
That deck is turn 1, going second. You have like 5 to 6 cards left in your deck,
Mm-hmm.
and every single United Wings are in the discard pile.
And I'll pass.
Okay, I will draw. I will literally cry at that top. Oh, wow. Just, oh my god. Just,
This is your first turn?
well, no. This is my second turn.
Oh lord.
Yeah, I owned it me, so. That's small.
Oh, that explains you're going to be.
Mhm.
I blink.
I'm sorry. Not sorry.
Mm, something very important here. Of course it is. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, good. So the only way I'm going to get out of this rut is if I gamble, and you know where I'm going with this.
That's why I played it. Let temptation guide you.
It's a temptation.
I don't know. You might get full value.
I used to have an Iona.
Used to.
I think we're going to go the long route and keep the Vespiquen. Pokestop.
Here we go.
Oh.
Ouch.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
well, I mean,
Level ball.
That makes your better,
Mm-hmm.
ironically.
I know. That's actually the only reason I did that is because I had Super Rod in
Yeah.
hand. Combi. Actually, since we're already doing that, I'm gonna play Super Rod. Put both of these back in the deck. The full value? That considered full value? Because the Super Rod was going to go to the graveyard anyway?
I mean, I'd
Did
say
you
so.
give a full hand or what?
It's a research.
Not quite.
Well, I mean, okay, it was
It's
full
not,
value.
not a clean research.
Okay, the Pokestop was full value. What I'm saying is the 2 cards that end up actually getting discarded, since the Super Rod's going to be discarded anyway.
I would have rather seen all 3 items. Like, the ones
Yeah.
that you used.
Professor's research.
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm sure we did go down this turn,
Yes.
so
It did. Mm-hmm.
that's not happening.
What, this one?
Yes.
Because it was only these 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of hurts.
I mean,
Kind of. At the same time, I don't want to essentially risk something. I don't remember how this deck plays, but I still think I have a turn.
Thanks.
So,
thanks.
I'm gonna Ultra Ball. Shoot.
Are you though?
Are you?
Yeah, you're right. I should wait. I should wait it out. All right. We're gonna pass.
Awesome. I will drop a turn. I will touch.
Rolf's trying to attach itself to that graveyard.
I mean, yeah, I tried.
That's what he's okay.
Evolve.
Time to go full refinement.
Alignment.
Never before. That sounds like a bad joke, but it's actually true because you won't wear candy. Wear candy into the big guardian. This Houndstone's attack requires 3 energy, right?
Yes.
Difference with Houndstone, have a good acceleration option. With Vespiquen, you don't. And I already hear people something going, oh, you just play Gardenia's Vigor. Gardenia's Vigor is a terrible, terrible card. It is bulk.
Look, it hurt you. I don't know how it hurt you, but it hurt you early when it came out, and you've never forgiven it.
Because it's a bad card. Why do you think it sees 0 play?
What was it in Lilligant, or what was it, the one that we were like, really?
Yeah, and even then it went down to like a 1 of. And it was probably better without it, let's be honest.
It's at 6?
Yep. Then
6 and 1.
You're drawing 2. Not even a draw 3, a draw 2. Come on.
You got a level and an Ultra Ball after that Pokestop. Let me see Graveyard real quick. X. 160 base. So it's hitting for 220 right now.
I was like, oh. So both of these Ralts have evolved this turn.
This turn.
Earlier.
Correct.
They won't be able to evolve in the Gardevoir just yet. Or Galay, for that matter.
yeah, I got rid of Gully.
Buddy Catch is in the discard.
Boo.
Yep. I agree.
Well, I'm sorry, but it had to be either that or this one. And then I will pass.
That's okay. I will drop.
What is Houndstone giving Vespiquen 3 turns?
Yep. More or less. We are gonna Ultra Ball.
Oh.
Yeah. And Level Ball. I know you're in here. I literally checked.
It's a level ball for Cherum.
Level Ball for Charon, and the Ultra Ball for Vipera.
Gonna see some Spring Bloom action.
I mean,
Looks like no. I mean, yeah, I could.
Hold on, I need to count. Have I?
You haven't attached returns.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you probably don't do that.
I'm thinking of going here. That's
Unless you go to Vespiquen, baby Vespiquen.
but the baby best one requires a comfy, so I need another comfy. If I want to attack right now, also, and it comes a little complicated with Halucha being still in the active. I think I am going to. Yeah, I'm going to Ultra Ball, actually. Tap real quick. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Not yet. I will actually grab this specimen. Now, I've heard it both ways. Industrious incisors or research first?
It depends on what's in your hand.
Nothing.
So I would use industrial synthesizers first because if you research them so you can't play down, they won't get. That's what I would do.
But if he does, but if he does industrial synthesizers first, he's gonna ditch just to get.
I
7
I get what you mean. Incisors first, because either way I can still refresh, even if that's all bulk. Refresh my hand.
You're gonna theoretically get up to 4 extra cards that way.
Yeah. Okay. I seem to agree on that. Yeah. Because, like you said, I could waste one of them by researching into something I can't get rid of, right?
Yeah.
So, industrial incisors. Okay. That actually changes stuff.
Now you may or may not want to use the research. Actually, you
Yeah.
don't want to.
That's why I said you should probably do the research first.
No.
Oh yeah, that definitely.
That's not. Yeah, that definitely changes
No,
a
that
lot.
completely changes it. That's a way
Yeah.
good industrial synthesizers. No, that's like
So
that's
that's
the
the
best possible
attachment
industrial synthesizers.
No, it's spring bloom. And it doesn't matter because spring bloom is active. This.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
100%.
Ultra ball? Just to secure it?
Yeah. I mean, you only need it. For the sake of the audience, could you put a Relic Army member on the barrel?
Oh, yeah. Because we have these things. Yeah. Nothing else. Yeah. Spring
Just
bloom
to make
is
sure it's
spring bloom is passive. So.
Spring Bloom is however many times, so there's a minute to put a counter on it. But
Mhm.
for the barrel, we do want to make sure we keep track of that.
Nice. We are going to play Penny. Pick up our Halucha from our Vespiquen. I don't.
You don't play it down.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing it just to put out the army like Antonio, but
You can't. I mean, you can't damage anyway.
yes, you are correct.
So you don't play down.
You are
can
correct.
Get into it. So.
Yeah. So we're going to play. We're going to attack with Order or Raid, and I have to essentially shuffle one of my comfies back in order for that to do that.
Combi.
Comfies.
No, combi is a different one.
Combi, yes.
Or a cooking sauce.
That's
cook
that.
a meat in its own fat.
And this does 120 to this, so that's not retired, unfortunately.
Gets retired is general way to put that.
I'll draw prize. Hello.
I will find this thing out.
Nurse.
Use another bomb.
So Houndstone has 2 of the 3 energy it needs to attack with.
It does, yes.
And we see another Klefki come down. See that in the active swagger again soon.
Well, get rid of Klefki.
So you're using refinement?
Yep.
Can't quite make out the numbers on that tier 1, unfortunately.
Let's just double check the count also while we're at it.
That's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as it stands, it's doing 240. And 2 psychic energy into the scrap pile.
Everybody can fix the district file, so it's one district file again.
And we're going to put 8 on top of there just to show.
Discarding a Grievard.
I went 9, so
Very,
250.
very aggressive with the Grievards, but it's fine. Oh, Chris, we'll get the energies they can attach and attack. That's pretty good. I like. I seem to remember there being a Gardevoir last turn. Did they get Ionored away? No,
Nope.
Ionored away, so it's on hand.
Yep.
Nice. Let's use the refinements first. Very well. This is super. Ouchies. Second energy's not that big a deal, but the boss feels likely. $20 damage away from one shot on the Vespiquen. It's devastating.
Card in hand.
2.
The bigger teeth.
Okay.
Good thing, especially now that he knows we've already burned a super rod.
And then knocking.
Promote the Vespiquen. We're going to draw. Attach experience check.
You did definitely play it down now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does it make a difference? It might. And it's 2, and each one gets 1, right? I'm going to play a little check. I'm going to put 1 damage counter on Mimikyu.
Okay.
And another on Houndstone X. Research.
Is that big one?
1, yeah, 2,
Oh, high
3,
five, right?
4, 5.
Come on.
Good job. Mess ball. Ah. Could do it that way.
So you haven't
No.
attached yet for turn, right? So you got that still.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Spring Bloom. You don't have Industrious Incisors anymore, which kind of sucks.
I do not. I'm gonna attach here for sure, which that's for turn since it doesn't spring bloom. I can choose which experience share, right?
Yes.
Like in other words, I trigger one before the other. Like it doesn't force me to do
You
one.
need to choose
or
which
the
one
other.
they have, 'cause they have at the same time.
Yeah. That's funny. Actually.
He's gone
That
mad.
was everything back in the deck anyway, right?
Yeah.
They just make discard stuff.
No. It on all cards attached to it back into the deck. Now, you might call this greedy. I call this a strategic Pokestop.
Oh. No value.
Double Obsidian.
Yeah, double stadium does hurt.
Yeah, which is one of the hardest one.
Okay. Order a raid.
For 120 is pretty good chip damage.
Mhm.
This is energy. She's gonna get the mana back for some reason.
He just remembered.
So it doesn't look like there'll be a knockout at least.
You have 7 in there right now?
I will have
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
last respects.
Very sure I'll move the energy over here, and I will withdraw. Ways to go about this. In order for me to do that, yeah, I have to. Because, well, yeah, so the problem is that my only real option here is to tank with Vespiquen. But in order to do that, I need to make sure he doesn't get to 11, which he's at 8. So he needs 3, and by knocking something out, I'm essentially ensuring that you're adding 2. So he needs 1 more. If I no, he goes down to 4 cards. One of them has to be a Pokemon. I feel like that's a very easy ask. My other option was to boss in the Houndstone, the other one, essentially trying to spread a little bit more damage around, but that also doesn't give me a KO on that one, which means he probably can't do it.
Like, it's a pretty bad situation. The fact that you don't have a combi and an experienced ready to go is really rough.
That's definitely the issue. And then if I had the Radiant Alakazam, honestly, I could try to Pokestop a Ball Search.
You're still trying to put some ball search. But...
Because if I leave it at that, he has to essentially attach. There's 2 energies on that one, right?
Yeah.
If I leave that one at 250 exactly, I can wait out a turn and knock that out the next turn.
I mean, if you attack with Vespiquen, it's going to take damage from the attack anyway. It's going to get hit by damage counters.
Yeah, but I prevent him from putting the other 2 back in, meaning 270 is a little hard to get now. But he has plenty of cards in his hand, so if I disrupt his hand, it's probably an easy ask to put those back in also.
He's got a huge hand.
I have 7 cards in hand.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Okay. We are... I don't have another combi in here. Could try to set up another one, honestly. But there's enough still left in there. That's what coins do I have left? I don't feel like I've gone through any. The thing when it's 2 of these only.
You've only had the one. Which was that?
Yeah, I feel like I have to commit to one or the other. I'll commit here. Play Super Odd.
Oh, no problem. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Should have Pokestop first, honestly.
Probably, yeah.
I should have Pokestop first just to see if I dropped anything.
I'm just glad I got rid of your freaking big doof over there.
Yeah, Bidoof being gone does hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was either the big doof or the Vespiquen, in all honesty. But then if I can get close
Probably at
enough.
this point, if you don't get something off of it, you pretty much
Pokestop.
lose.
Ouch.
Ow.
Ouch.
Ow.
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 Okay, you just got that.
Jeez.
Ow. Okay.
Yeah, you should Pokestop first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the record, if you hadn't Iono, I literally had it with Ultra Ball.
Mhm.
I mean, well, yeah, and refinement.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
You haven't attached this turn,
No, I have not.
so you can do that still. It's just for blooming. But
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to attach to that anyway, so.
I mean, it's already on time, Janet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's rough.
I know. You know exactly why I'm also like, "Arr."
I mean, you can make spread more love.
I know.
Unless you don't have damage already, right?
Well, yeah.
Make the best weapon get a little bit more oomph.
Oomph.
A little more oomph. That's what you would.
No.
Actually, there is a path here. One on Mimikyu. Oh god, that's so annoying.
Just do it.
Do it. Do it.
And I know why I want to do this, but okay, just put it on freaking Houndstone. Yeah. We're gonna Phantom Queen for knockout, and we're gonna put 30 obviously on Mimikyu, and then 30 on Houndstone X.
And sure. Could be worse.
Oh no, I know why it's worse.
Then I'm here.
I already used both. But played super odd, yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yep. Nope.
Already shuffled your deck. It's funny because he poker stopped for the knockout.
Yeah, I'm a poke it.
That's not a poke, sir.
Yeah, I call that a minor poke.
Experience share.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you just attach and pray. That's all you can do.
Kind of.
I mean, okay.
Okay.
I was gonna save at least one for the active.
Mhm. Pretty sure it only went straight, isn't
The big guys.
it? Mm-hmm. See my problem?
Well,
What I want others need to do.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure. All
I love
right.
that sound. So again, you want to have word or what?
No, bear with me one moment.
Should have
That's
been
already a
authorized,
dead.
anyway.
Here. We're gonna retreat. We're gonna seed bomb for 70.
You just has to attach a single energy, right?
To attack you.
Last response. We just have to pray that he decks himself out.
I still have a win condition.
Him decking out.
Yeah. Yeah, I still have a win condition.
Can you do some math for me?
What math am I doing?
This with this for 3, so that's 60.
With what? With what?
He wants 190 plus 60.
250.
250.
Mm.
If you don't need it now, I wouldn't even bother. You have knockout right now.
Yeah, I'm
taking
just,
knockout. It's very
I'm
slow.
just, yeah.
Nothing that company's just being used to be a jerk.
Hey, there it is. No, I don't think there's anything in there.
Is there a reason why you
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm tapping for mana.
No.
Hold on. No, because there is a slight possibility, if I'm right here. It could be.
You gotta get to it quick because he's got one prize. So,
No, I mean, it literally is, it's your die.
all right, go for it.
Move 2 counters over to the Mimikyu for knockout.
Winning card? No.
Boom.
Can't throw out the boss. I can't. I can hit it for 120, but it can't prevent it from hitting me right back. I think he's got this.
Yeah.
Pokestop?
1 and 2 and 3.
That lets you grab the Vespiquen,
It does let me grab the Vespiquen.
but not enough to attack.
That's correct.
Like that. Ultra Ball would be better as a blur ball right now, even though it's instantly.
Yeah. I'll scoop. Let me see if I had the chance. I did not. I needed this to
on
be
the
in.
bottom, literally on the bottom.
Yeah. I needed this to be the prize, Jake. And then I actually got what I needed off the Pokestop.
Right.
So if I would have hit this in the prizes, I would have been able to get that, get the Vestin off the Pokestop,
And win.
and win.
That's quite a time.
Oh my god.
But that's it. It was still
Still
possible.
possible, but there you go. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in a minute.